A dolly zoom is, well, it's exactly what it sounds like. Rig your camera to a dolly and place your tracks so that they can run front to back. This way you can either dolly toward your subject while you zoom out, or dolly away from your subject while you zoom in. A dolly zoom creates a perspective distortion throughout your shot. It's commonly referred to as the vertigo shot. It creates a sense of unease in the viewer, simulates a spatial warp, and can either shrink or extend distances based on the choice of direction. The look and feel of your dolly zoom could be affected by dolly direction, the focal length of your lens, and the speed of your dolly move. In today's video, we are going to break down a scene from The Fellowship of the Ring, directed by Peter Jackson. Now, before we dive into our shot list example, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the bell to stay in the know as new videos are released. I can tell you're chomping at the bit. Let's take a look. In this scene, from Fellowship of the Ring, we begin as the hobbits crash land after a big tumble down a hill. We land with a close-up on Pippin, his face mere inches from embarrassment.
Ooh, that was close.
We steadicam forward to a medium close-up of Mary, along with Sam's fuzzy foot in frame.
I think I've broken something.
Then we cut to a close-up on Sam that quickly becomes a two-shot.
There's a detour, a shortcut.
We steadicam forward on Pippin as he spots the
Mushrooms!
The manure, the broken carrot, the dialogue, all tells us that this scene is funny and light-hearted. 3 of the hobbits are distracted. But where's Frodo? Which shot can we cut to that will tell our story in the best way possible? Peter Jackson decides to frame Frodo in a close-up single and uses a shallow focus. The movement here is rounded rather than perfectly lateral. This helps to enclose him as he surveys the terrain for danger.
I think we should get off the road.
This is where we see our dolly zoom. The friendly suggestion quickly becomes,
Get off the road! Quick!
this is the first time we get to see Frodo register the seriousness of his situation. Peter Jackson elects to dolly backward and zoom in. And he does this for 2 reasons. 1, so that the motion bears down on Frodo, and 2, to shrink the distance of the road. Danger is moving toward the hobbits, and it does not have far to go. This dolly zoom is a perfect example of how a specific film technique could be used as a visual motif. We now know exactly when dark forces are most near, and we are speaking the same language as the director. It's worth mentioning that while the dolly zoom did much of the heavy lifting, it didn't go into battle alone. Peter Jackson combined this technique with something else that makes this scene work so well. It's called a tonal shift. That's when the mood of a scene changes drastically. Jackson builds a scene with fluffy, low-stakes imagery that leads us to a moment of dread. Now, there are any number of ways to introduce danger upon our hero, but with a dolly zoom, you gain an overwhelming effect that is quite unforgettable. To recap, when using a dolly zoom, you need to consider movement direction, dolly speed, and variable focal length. Each of these will change the way your dolly zoom generates unease, shrinks or extends distances, and simulates a spatial warp. Keep in mind, the speed of your dolly and zoom need to be the same as one another so that they can land at the same time. What are your favorite examples of the dolly zoom? Why were they so effective? Tell us in the comments. I am a servant of the studio writer. Go back to the shadow. You shall not pass!